Yo, what's up, everybody? Once again, this brand man Sean on a Saturday morning was good. Now, I got 3 quick things. The last one being something that I feel like is going to save, I know for sure, it's going to save a lot of you guys from getting schemed, straight up. And it's probably not going to be exactly what you would expect. But first and foremost, I got to make a big announcement. All products on my website that you can find will not be available for the foreseeable future. And so if you haven't had a chance to grab anything, they just will not be available. I'm working on changing a lot of things right now. I'll make any announcements when something like that comes up. That's all I'll say for that right now. Second thing, it's also really quick, but that's just appreciate y'all who came out to that first live public branding session. That group, that went pretty well. I know there was a lot of value that got exchanged and shared in that live branding session group. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link in the description below, and maybe I'll be able to put some of that session up for some people to see. But, all right, this whole getting scheme thing. Actually, this is from the live branding session yesterday that I realized somebody asked a question, and they showed me an individual who has a legitimate name for themselves, verified on Instagram and all that good stuff, right? And they said this person DM'd them about an opportunity. I'm not even going to go into details about the opportunity or anything like that, but part of the opportunity seemed harmless. It's like, oh, well, I don't have to give up anything, any of my rights or anything like that. You're really just going to offer me a service. Cool. And then the other portion of it, well, who knows where the rest of it could have gone. Lo and behold, it was something that I said I personally would not advise the artist do. Felt like a scam. Not only felt like a scam, like for real. It was likely not maybe a full-blown scam, but it was something that's not beneficial and not something that the artist would have expected out of the situation. And I know what happens a lot of times is just because artists see somebody with a legitimate name attached to something, or managers or whoever, people see somebody with a legitimate name attached to something, they think, oh man, this is legit. Like this person is reaching out. They want to work with me and they have all these connections. They have all this stuff going on. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there with legitimate names that are scheming. And let me tell you why. Or it's scamming, however you want to say it. But let me tell you how this works sometimes. One artist I know, they just told me that they got a sample. No, they did a collaboration with a pretty legendary musician, right? Or they were supposed to be doing. And there was this back and forth about how it was the amount of time it was taking and things like that. But basically this artist was working with a producer, and that producer was like, yo, I'm going to hook you up and get you on this track with this legendary artist. And lo and behold, the track actually happened. The artist that I know was on the track with an artist that's a legendary producer. I mean, another legendary artist. But the verse sounded familiar. The verse ended up being a verse from an old song. What happened was the producer that the artist I know was working with got scammed by somebody who apparently had access to that old artist's vocals. So just think about it this way. A lot of artists work with people. They work with a lot of people. And there's a lot of people who have access to whether certain studio sessions. I know that people try to keep those things tight, but there's a lot of ways and a lot of things where you have disgruntled team members or just somebody on the team who might be scamming. The artist literally knows none of this stuff is going on. Just like some of these songs where you might have a song with a verse from another artist, and the artist will literally not even know that they have a song with you, because there's people who are trying to make money however they can, right? They're not a part of the splits for the projects that they're working on for these artists. So they get paid a service. They're still living a regular life, and they're trying to figure out how to finesse and get by in the industry. And they're scheming on the side and using the access they have to legitimate people for that. And then there's some people who are just leveraging the little bit of a legitimate name or they have, or their relationships that they can get pictures and get into certain buildings to create a facade where they'll actually, use that brand to get people's trust and finesse them. some way or another. Either way it goes, just because someone is legitimate, right, or there's somebody legitimate attached to it, doesn't mean what's going down is legitimate. So whoever the big name, I even told the guy, yes, you got DM from the big name's profile, right? But that person might not even control their social media. And even if they were, the message was not selecting you personally. If you really read into it, it was more so of a spam message or, you know, just a canned message, copy and paste it. We send this out to a lot of people and we're just trying to see who bites. So the whole point of this video right here is just remembering that just because somebody legitimate is attached to a situation, even if that person seems to be reaching out to you, you need to analyze the situation for itself, right? And analyze if it'll work for you, period. Don't think, oh, because I know this is a possible part of that artist mindset that I was talking to, basically saying, oh yeah, this isn't a bad thing. I'm not going to do this other thing that they probably want me to do. So if I could just do this, you know, I can build a relationship, get in the door with them, and then flip that somehow. You likely don't want to come in through that route. You probably want to come in through a route of their more official side of their operation, not that side of their operation. So just keep it in mind, man. Try to save your money. Try to save yourself some time. Try to save yourself a lot of stress, struggle, because hey, people are just trying to get by in a lot of situations. And for real, that's why I try to say don't always just go out and like talk bad on somebody's brand or name just because you thought they were attached, because you thought it was involving them. But sometimes there are people involved that the person that you think that you're working with has no idea, or whoever's name they're using has no idea that this is going on and there's people using their name, right? It just happens. It's like that dude who might have hung out with a girl one time and then he starts telling he did all these other things or acting like he did more than he actually did, right? That's what a lot of people are doing in the industry. It's all a finesse. It's all cap. It be that way. Watch out for yourself. Other than that, y'all have a great weekend. I will be talking at the Music Entrepreneurship Club tour tomorrow. So look forward to those of you guys who will be there. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, then you might probably won't be there. But those of you know, I don't even need to give more details. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.